Jasmine Crockett. Oh, did she clap back on Joel Osteen? Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. He's up there like, God will never forgive you. And she just called him out on his phony ways. I'm going to tell you, there was a time I thought Joel Osteen was an interesting cat. I thought he had something decent for a moment. But then after a while, the slickness started to take over. And then, of course, you remember when they had the Hurricane Houston, and I got family there, and he wouldn't let people in. He got all stuck up and all funny time. So he been on his little being bought and paid like most of these ministers are, and they're part of Trumpikins, and they'll do whatever it is to shuffle and grin. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you can be white and be shuffleboarding too, because you do it where he thinks it comes natural, and then you're entitled to it. But a funny thing happened along the way. Uh, you know, Jasmine Crockett tore off into this turkey, and you know he's had it coming. He is a fraud. He's no different from Jim Baker. It's the same old thing. It's just more polished up, less flamboyant, but the same script playbook. You know, bought and paid for. Doesn't really care about what he stands in a pulpit to minister. First of all, if you got the Houston Summit, I used to live in Houston, Texas. The Summit packs a lot of people. You should be able to have homeless people staying halfway there and pay $1 a day if you bought the people. But you be flaunting your big mansions and your cars and your lifestyle. You lost plight of what you were about. You really haven't humbled yourself, but you know how to make money. So he got all the makings of a good jive Turkish shark. And people like that good daddy talk. He talked that long green. They like it when you talk like that. But the thing is, someone like Jasmine Crockett caught his behind out. And long overdue. Long overdue. You know how we get up there and we call Jesse Jackson and we call Sharpton out? We got called to the white ministers too. You got to do it. Be an equal opportunist when you see pulpit pimps. Especially when you doing it in a reason that it's not benefiting people. You're up here being protected by shadiness going on. What I like about Jasmine Crockett, I wish there was about 10 more of her. Then Congress would be believable. Then people wouldn't have to be seduced by the nasty vacuum that's Trump and all this slurpy suck-ups that just don't have a backbone to stand for nothing. Because you can think what you want to think about her, but what I like about her, she don't back down from none of it. And see, when people put their mouth out, then they get put in check. Don't be seduced because rich, wealthy white guys can just tell you what you should do and how you should do it, because they still think they're on the plantation. That's how they like to treat people. But old buddy, imagine if there was. Now, I'm going to have to give Marjorie Taylor Greene, if that's really true, that she bounces from this because she can't tolerate that foolishness no more. You get 25% of white women to fall in line and say, we're enough for this. You get more Jasmine Crockett's to say, hey, you need to stop acting like you still massa. And I don't care what your description is and what suit you wear and cars and clothes and what you got. You ain't nothing but a pulpit pimp running game and hustle. That's how I look at Joel Osteen. Clean cut. And it looks like Richie Cunningham with a perm, but he ain't about nothing. The facade and all the slickness then wore off. And see, when people put him in check, you see what's up. He can't deal with it because he been allowed to do what he wants. And that's been the biggest problem. Political, social, economical. That's how you create these kind of people that build this type of situation, good old boy club network, and they never get it in check. Jasmine Crockett put this turkey in check. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit of it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm on one time. Peace.